What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm back with another cycle update. This is what technically is week 19. Up until a week ago, my cycle consisted of 500 milligrams of Test C per week, 400 milligrams of Mast E per week, 200 milligrams of Deca per week, and 125 milligrams of Tren per week, plus 50 milligrams of Proviron per day, and 20 milligrams of MK677 per day. When about 2 weeks ago, around during week 17 of the cycle, but right before I got sick, I had gotten up to a new max body weight ever. I was at 214.2 pounds with 6 perfectly visible abs, and I was absolutely on the top of the fucking world. It was the best I had ever felt about my body. It was the first time in my life where my body had finally eclipsed my dysmorphia. And when I made these videos and I looked at my viewfinder and I looked at the screen, I watched the video back. I was finally comfortable in my own skin, and I got to enjoy that feeling for about 2 days, maybe a week, depending, because it didn't happen overnight. And then I got struck down with some bullshit illness that apparently no doctor on earth is capable of actually diagnosing. But what they did do in the process of misdiagnosing me at least twice was give me drug-induced liver injury caused by augmentin clavonate. So when I reported to the hospital after 4 days of being bedridden, my weight had fallen from 214.2 pounds to 211 pounds, which, all things being said, I was extremely happy about, given the fact that I was barely eating and I was averaging fevers between 102.1 and 103.6 for 24-hour periods at a time. And so I went to the hospital, and they diagnosed me with pneumonia, and I got augmentin clavonate. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And honestly, today I just don't even give two shits. Like, I'm so fucking depressed today. I'm barely even able to get in front of this fucking camera. I'm probably not even looking at the lens because I don't even want to look at myself in the reflection. When I got back from the hospital the second time, my weight had fallen from 211 to 200 pounds. That was about 4 days ago, give or take, 3 or 4 days ago. I think maybe it's only been, I think I got home on the 30th. Today's the 3rd, and I woke up this morning at 192 pounds. I hit fucking rock bottom. I have been so fucking suicidal all night last night. I've been just trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. And the thing that's so fucking mind-blowing is that you would think, okay, well, 192 pounds, like, I lost 22 pounds in 16 days, so I must be stage ready, right? But fuck, I'm not. I mean, you could see my physique. I'm nowhere close to fucking stage ready. Like, yeah, I have some fucking abs that probably won't come through even in this fucking lighting, because it's so fucking harsh and not downlit. But, like, you would think that I would be like Joe Aesthetics fucking peeled after losing 22 pounds of body weight, and I don't know where the fuck it all went, because it seems to, again, I've definitely lost some body fat, but not like a huge amount. It seems to primarily be about 4 pounds of food in my fucking colon and a whole bunch of body water. So it's really starting to become apparent that, like, the vast majority of the size that you think is your muscles is just intracellular water and glycogen and carbs, I guess. Like, I don't even know what could, obviously it's mathematically impossible for me to have lost 22 pounds of contractile tissue in that period of time, whether it be fat, muscle, combinations of the two. The thing that I understand even less is that when I got home at 200, I actually started eating. So I hadn't been eating in weeks, and I started eating. I'm eating, every day. I'm certainly not eating 3,800 calories. I'm still probably in a fucking deficit, I guess. But for my weight to have dropped from 200 to 192 is just fucking, it's debilitating, is what it is. And so I spent a lot of time last night researching, what's going on with my body, this drug-induced liver injury, is basically an acute liver injury that could become permanent depending on how much damage is actually done. And there's no test that will tell us that. There's basically no therapy for it. There's nothing I can really do about what's already been done. And so what I did when I got back from the hospital is I've now missed 2 Deca and Tren doses. So for at least 1 week, I've been off the Deca and Tren. Tonight, if I don't do my Masteron shot, it will be the second Masteron shot that I missed. So if I don't do any shots tonight, my cycle has gone from all of the compounds that I initially listed to basically 500 milligrams of test C only. And the reason that I did that is because when I first got home, I'd been sick for so long and I felt like I needed to do everything that I could to give my body a break and let it rest and heal and all this bullshit. But the more that I read, the more I find out that, again, the damage that the drugs the doctors gave me for the misdiagnosis, they initially diagnosed me as having a pneumonia, which I didn't have, and they prescribed me augmentin clavinate, which I think I'm saying right, I don't even give a shit, which I didn't need, and that caused all of the misery that I'm now experiencing. Last night I was looking in the mirror, and I'm sure you can't see it in this harsh white lighting, but the skin all on my face, not so much in my eyes surprisingly, but my face is yellow. So like my bilirubin is probably going to come back. I'm about to go do blood work. I'm about to leave as soon as I get through making this video, so I need to hurry up. I'm about to go do blood work again to see where my liver enzymes are at, if they've peaked, if they're still going up. But the reality is that there's nothing that I can do to stop them from going up, and there basically is no treatment. I did order NAC. I already have Tudka. I ordered some NAC and some more Tudka. I'm going to take those every day, but I don't really think they're going to do anything. I really honestly feel like they're just a fucking face mask for COVID. It's just like I'm going to take them so I can feel like I'm doing something. I'm not really expecting a lot to come of it. But what I'm not going to do is sit here. This condition could be gone in as little as a few weeks. It could take a year for my enzymes, depending on how high they could get. It could take up to a year for them to totally normalize. And so it's just, it's like I've said a million times, like I have no fear of dying now. I have fear of suffering. You know, when I had a panic attack in the hospital when they wanted to take my gallbladder out. Not because they were taking my gallbladder out, because I was going to be put to sleep, I was going to wake up with minorly invasive surgery, but because removing someone's gallbladder was going to negatively affect my bodybuilding. It was going to negatively affect the kind of calories that I could eat, how my body was going to process those calories, how efficiently it would do that. And that's what I'm not prepared for. So I have been basically kind of living this past 2 weeks in this state of trying not to lose, basically. And that's just not living. And so what I've decided today is that it doesn't make any sense to me to continue to skip all of my fucking injectables. None of them were hepatotoxic to fucking begin with. The only drugs that could even remotely possibly, in my mind, from the research that I've done, possibly play a role in making my condition any worse is maybe MK677, just because we don't know enough about it, and Proviron, which technically has a first pass. I mean, Proviron's not hepatotoxic, but it's certainly not necessarily the ideal thing I probably should be using at this point. So what I'm seriously considering doing is going back on all my injectables. I also have GHRP6 that I bought alongside the MK677, and I think that as soon as I go give my blood, I'm going to start that today to see if I cannot use that as a ghrelin agonist to bring my appetite back into line. I'm probably going to title this video something like "Live Until You Die," and that's basically what I intend to do. Right now, I'm not living, and my depression is getting worse and worse and worse. I'm just laying in bed, waiting for more bad news, laying in bed, waiting for my body to quit on me, laying in bed, waiting for the next bout of vomiting to come, or some source of misery. I'm pursuing none of my goals. I've got to get a job. I've got medical bills piling up. Like, I was basically at the highest point that I've been psychologically in my life 2 weeks ago, and this illness has robbed me of all of it. And I just feel like I can't exist in this world in a state where I'm not in control. And so I would rather take control back and kill myself than to lay here just waiting and hoping that I get better. Like, I'm just not going to live that way. And I've said that countless times on this channel. It's like I said, I think I just said it a minute ago. I'm not afraid of having a heart attack and dropping dead on this screen. I'm afraid of cancer. I'm afraid of slow death. I'm afraid of rotting away. And those are the things that scare me, you know. I feel like the thing that I cared about the most, I'm watching just wither and disappear. My inability to go to the gym is stopping my wife from going to the gym. It's negatively affecting her fucking schedule. It's negatively going to affect my son's schedule when he gets back. And I'm not just going to fucking lay here and just be this fucking louse, this just like drain on the emotional state in this household. My kids have been gone to my mom's house the entire time, so they haven't had to watch any of this. And I just don't. I woke up this morning. My wife is going to go get the kids this afternoon. They're going to come home and they're going to see Dad looks like a fucking cancer patient. And I'm just like shuffling around the house. I'm depressed. I'm suicidal. I'm sad. Like, it's just a bunch of negativity. And the way I see it is that I can take fucking possession of my life right back in one fell swoop. So the damage to my liver has been done, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to take the NAC, I'm going to take the fucking Tudka, and I'm going to stay away from anything that is known to be hepatotoxic. And then I'm going to take the GHRP6 today, and I'm going to kickstart my appetite again, and I'm going to start getting some fucking calories in. And the second that I feel like I can go get a fucking gym lift in, I'm going to do that too. I'm not going to sit here and just pussyfoot the fuck around and wait to die. If this disease is going to kill me, if it's going to permanently damage my liver, whatever it's going to do, the die has already been cast. And I just don't give a shit, honestly, anymore if I make it any worse, because I'm not living. This is not living. Laying here, counting the seconds till my next fucking blood work, laying here watching Making the Fucking Team with my wife, laying here watching shitty fucking movies, not pursuing any of my goals, not chasing any of my dreams, not finding a new job, making shitty, terrible fucking videos. Like, none of these things are making my life better. And I just don't, it doesn't make any sense to me. This life that we live is a fucking joke. And so my attitude has always been that I'm not going to be here if I'm not happy while I'm here. And so I would rather do things that make me happy today and massively shorten the period of time that I'm here than to spend the next 3 weeks to 6 months to a year not living my life at all, afraid of doing anything to slightly slow down my fucking liver recovery. I just don't give a shit anymore. So that's what's about to happen. I'm about to fucking, I'm about to turn I have this typical cycle that I go through where I get fucking depressed and then sad and then suicidal and then usually I get fucking angry. And right now I want to go to that hospital and go fucking postal on every one of those fucking cocksuckers that even fucking stood in my fucking presence. These people at Baylor Scott and Wife are the lowest forms of fucking life I have ever come into contact with. These people were so fucking horrendous at their job, and I'm going to find some way, legally or otherwise, to make them fucking pay for it. Another thing that I'm absolutely not going to tolerate anymore, I wasn't going to say anything publicly about this. I was going to kind of do it quietly, but that's just not how I operate. This channel's always been about fucking brutal honesty. I'm absolutely not going to allow the comment section on my YouTube channel to be a source of misery for me at all, period. So every single one of these dumb fuck trolls, these fucking haters, these people that don't contribute anything positive to the conversation, the people who hide behind icons instead of fucking real pictures, anybody in my fucking comment section that gives me the least amount of fucking, that causes me the least amount of fucking discomfort, I'm fucking muting. I've already started that process. I will probably never unmute anyone who gets muted. So say one more fucking stupid thing and you're gone. I don't give a shit how many subscribers it cost me, because the decision came down to the fact that the The comment section of my YouTube videos was becoming such a source of fucking misery, having to deal with stupidity. And I know that's my fault. I know that I should just be able to ignore it, but I can't. I can't. It's just not in my personality to ignore people who lie. It's not in my personality to ignore people who spread bro science and bullshit, and just their entire objective is to make me miserable, and they have been succeeding in doing that because I have given them a platform with which to do it. And so it seems to me that the logical conclusion to this problem is to remove their ability to make me miserable by removing their voice. So you either going to fucking get in my comment section and make constructive criticisms backed up by facts and evidence. If you want to question anything that I do on my cycles, question it with fucking facts and evidence. If you want to badmouth anything that I do, badmouth it based on facts and evidence that you can cite. Otherwise, you will worship the fucking ground that I walk on or be muted. I just don't care anymore. I have enough misery going on in my life, worrying about my wife and my kids and my body and my future and what's going to come of my family, that this is just not a period of my life where I need any unnecessary fucking negativity. Maybe there will come a time where I'll be thicker skinned. Maybe this thing will turn the corner quickly and I will think better of this decision. But as it stands right now, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no logical reason for me to expose myself in the way that I do, to be as open and honest and transparent as I am, and then be caused misery by people who are too spineless to even post a fucking picture of themselves, who hide behind monikers and avatars and just they don't provide anything valuable to the conversation. And so I have tried. I mean, I don't know how many times I've mentioned this in videos. I've been trying to resist the urge to just start muting people, because I honestly felt like it was chicken shit. And today I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's chicken shit. I don't care if it's fucking. I don't care whatever it is. Like I said, if this platform is not going to be a source of pleasure, if it's not going to add to my life both monetarily and psychologically, if the interactions that I have are not going to contribute to a better physique, a more rounded personality, when the interactions suck me down to somebody else's level because I cannot resist the temptation to get into ignorant fucking arguments, that is decidedly a waste of fucking time. And I admit it's a failure of my own. I should have the willpower to ignore. I can't ignore. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take great pleasure in taking back from you. So those of you who come here trying to steal my joy, I'm going to take your platform away from doing that. So every single time I see fucktardery and asshattery and just trolls and idiots and morons and baseless claims and pseudoscience and bro science in my comment section, mute, and you can go find somebody else to fuck with. So that's where it stands. I'm at 192 pounds. I'm as miserable as I've been in a very fucking long time. I'm pulling no punches, and I'm not hiding any. Like I've got the just don't give a fuck beard growing, and I've got to get out of the state that I'm in, one way or the other, or it's going to end me before my liver does. So today I'm taking back my power. And that's such a lame term. I'm taking back my power. Today, I'm taking back my life. Today, I'm taking back possession of my life. I would rather be responsible for killing myself than lay here and wait for some fucking disease that I didn't cause to kill me. So once I decide exactly what compounds and everything will be going back into the mix, I will make an updated video that may come tomorrow. I may make a video tomorrow telling you exactly what I decided to put back in. I don't know if I'll put it all back in at one fell swoop, but some number of compounds and and ghrelin agonists or appetite agonists are going back in today. The GHRP6 is definitively being pinned the second that I get back from the blood donation, which I need to go right now to get done. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.